with gunmetal crystal gauge technology screens. Looking for a few things here. I can't find out exactly where my stuff is at. Like, literally can't find any of my stuff here. All right, so just doing some information tests to see exactly where we are at with TV versus our new technology. As I said before, when I did the demonstration with the Christie projector, we had the projector at 0, we had contrast at 0, we had I think we had contrast at 0. We had brightness at 0. We had projector sitting in eco mode level 2, and it was able to pull up an image nice and sharp around the edges with no problem. And that lets me know from the door that the screens that we have that we're working with are going to generate enough light to be able to be compared to TVs. As I said before, with this new technology we're working on, there's just no point in us doing tests against, well, there is no point doing it against gray paints. That's done. I'm done with that. Certified screens, we're done with that. Unless a black certified screen pops up, then that'll pique my interest. Other than that, this is a waste of my time to get sample sheets, get it down here, and for what? TV, perfect thing to do testing on. Because the stuff we have here basically is it's tremendously bright. And if you've seen this stuff in a window, it can pull in sunlight, which means it doesn't fade or wash out. So we're going to have to get a much bigger TV than that. But that's just for the time being to give me an idea of what I'm working with and how I can refine it to look more like a TV. We're on a 720p projector, of course. TV's 1080p. My projector's sitting in eco mode because that is the only way to do it. Let me show you my brightness. So my brightness is at 2 and my contrast is at 13. So we are below factory settings. Let me show you my projector sitting in eco mode right now, because there's no point in doing these tests if we're going to be having the projector at an insane rate. It's not going to work. So let me see. Let's go over to our settings here and show you that, yes, here we are. Here's my settings on my projector that I'm sitting in eco mode right now. So eco mode, brightness is 2 and contrast is, I think, 13. And that's it. So we really don't have to burn a lot of power from the projector because the technology we have here generates an extremely high bright level. It's not necessary. I mean, this is pretty much, you could bring your projector, I mean, especially ultra short throw, because mind you, we're still at a distance hitting the screen. And ultra short throw is going to be less than a foot from the screen. So again, at 3,000 lumens, you're less than a foot. You're basically going to be extremely close. You can basically put your projector in eco mode and drop your brightness settings. You're not going to need that much in order to get the screen to fire off. Those of you who have older ultra short throws, I think the older ones were something around like 1800 lumens, you could run it perfectly. Now, for those of you thinking about WeMax, Valve projectors, no, it's not going to support any of those whatsoever, so it's not going to work with that. Now imagine this at 150 inches with an ultra short throw projector. We're not even going to have the distance throw, right? Ultra short throw projector. This is how that thing's going to look inside of my new place. All my lights will be on, and that thing will operate just like a TV. Now this is 50% of the product done. It's not even finished yet. This is a beginner stage. We're actually going to advance to make it much more better than what you're seeing right now. All right, let's get some angles, which is extremely important. So there's the angle from the TV, and there's the angle from our screen over here. Now these are going to be glass projection screens, and then we have some other ones coming out pretty soon. They're not going to be glass. They're going to be a form of plexiglass, but we're going to be making it ourselves, not by scratch, so people don't get that mixed up. We're going to add stuff in there and say stuff now because people are just making up phony baloney stuff, and now we got to come in there to keep it truthful and say, no, we're not making it from scratch. We're basically getting it custom designed. So instead of me buying a sheet of plexiglass, I'm going to go to a factory, basically melt this stuff down for us and cut our sheets for us. So that's what we're going to be doing. All right, let's do a side-by-side to something. Let me see. Remote controls over there. Where's the fire stick? Over there. It's always like that. One here, one there, back and forth. All right. LG Beta Fish. Allow me to see exactly where our contrast levels will be at compared to TV. Let's see. I need, oh man, you had no idea how beautiful this glass looks. This technology on it. She was. I can't wait. I cannot wait to get mine. Let me see. We just put the LG in there. We have to really speak it out. It's so clean. If you're wondering what the price is on these things, this is going to be different. I mean, way different. It's not going to be a sheet of window glass. It's not that. We have to go to a special place to get this glass from. This glass has to be made. So basically, it's going to be tempered, shatterproof, and heat resistant. So we don't have any problems with that. And then on top of that, it's going to have a special metal frame around it to keep it from getting chipped and damaged. On top of that, it's going to have a choice of how you want to have your border. So you can have it crystal clear, or you can get a laser edge. It's up to you on how you want it done. This is going to be a luxury item. So mind you, 100 inches is going to be starting off at $3,000. We're going to have these at 100, 120, 150s, and 235.1 at 138 to 115. I think I mixed that up around that one. Okay, so let's get this going. LG. Let's see. I know this by heart. My goodness. Okay, let's just speak it. I think microphones are hooked up. LG Beta Fish. The Beta. Let's get the Beta. All right, switch over to here. Bet you we get commercials on both of them. Be surprising if we don't. And we got commercials on both of them. Yeah.
It's an opportunity to get more in before the sun goes down. Maybe this summer you drop
All right, we'll pause here on that one. Nope, sorry, got mixed up. Fire stickers on the other side. All right, let's play this section here. Allow me to skip. Go back and voila. We started slow on one of them. Let's try that again. When I get them synced just right. Can you sync them? All right, we just have to go with that. Now the new upgrades that we will be adding to the once mist will be upgraded to much darker. We want to make the screen much darker. We want to heighten the white levels, even the white levels are insanely high on that technology. And we basically want to add in a much higher color boost. As you can see, contrast is darker here. It's lighter here. So this is what we're going to have to change. We need to make contrast here extremely dark. This is going to go against an OLED, and that's not an OLED. We need to make that extremely dark. That's not hard to do. And this is why, people, testing is important, extremely important, because it gives you a chance to understand. Why is the microphone kicking off in BS? All right, I had to stop talking for a minute. It was like recording with no reason at all. But anyway, this is the reason why testing is important, because it gives you an idea of what you need to work with, what you can fix, what you can improve, what you can make better. Sound kicking off? Who's kicking off sound? Hoping he's kicking off sound. I want to adjust the sound, but I can't because the menu will pop up and it will block my image. So first thing we got to do is we have to darken it. It has to be much darker than what it is right now. Much, much darker. Even though it's black, it has to be darker than that. Research, research, research. And, slow color changer. Slow color changer. Go for these. First.
And stretching. Full line, protect what you love.
Let's bring this one back. Good day. Good idea. It's a slight little off, but still gives me enough to see what I need to see. The color change is not anything what I want. I need solid colors to be at the same time. Red screen. Give me a red screen. Like this one. Red screen. Dirty. I know. Red screen. All right. All right, there we go. All right, let me see. Let me take that one. And give me this one. So you can see what I'm getting here. Okay. That's interesting. All right. Let's see. Purple. Give me a purple. Purple is better on our technology at 50% over TV. But that still, we need more testing. It just gives me an idea what I'm working with. And then look at the light reflection. See the light reflection on the table? See how it's brighter here, but there's nothing here? That screen has the ability to absorb light. That's ambient light rejection technology. It can absorb light. TVs don't absorb light. Oh, come on, man. Seriously, come on. No. I'm working. Go find another seat. Let's talk with a destroyer. Coming in here to basically occupy things. No, go in the next room, get a whole big window to yourself, go clean your window. Let's see. Let's go switch over to blue. Okay, that's blue. Alright. Let's do yellow screen.
Getting that for printing.
Yellow screen. Press it. Yellow screen. Okay, there we go. Let's see what we got here. Let's do the first one yellow right here.
Hey, I thought you were on
Commercial,
vacation.
of course. Let's get through the second one. All right, go to the second one because we have a commercial there waiting for us. There we go. That's yellow screen. That idea. So that's going to be to see. No, it's good. Well, that's really good. Now, this technology we have here will not be under Black Series Edition. As a matter of fact, I'm engineering a whole new company under the physical screens. They need to have their own ID by themselves. I don't want them with the Black Series at all, period. I want them completely different. So it's gonna be a whole new company. I'm gonna keep Black Series, that's not going anywhere. I have Crystal Edge, Black Series, each company serves a purpose. I'm just gonna design another company for this one. I'm not gonna put this on a Black Series because I don't want people getting confused thinking, oh, it's a screen paint. No, it's not a screen paint. This is gonna be an actual physical screen. Anything underneath this company's name will be a physical screen. This is where the Leviathan's going to land at. This is where the Sugar Plum Berry's going to land at. Taco screen is an actual physical screen. This is where a lot of the other screens that we have from 2024 are going to land in this new company. These are going to be physical screens, wallpaper screens. The fixed frame screens, I'm not even bothered with that. That's just too much work to assemble a fixed frame screen. Most people look at that and they see all those parts and pieces in there, unless you've done it a couple of dozen times and you know how to do it. But other than that, if it's your first time doing it, it can be a bit of a headache. So to eliminate all that nonsense, a wallpaper screen is much more sufficient. Take it out of the tube, connect it to your wall, you're done, that's it. You're finished. There's no parts and tools and all that stuff, not even necessary. And on top of that, shipping is basically extremely cheap because again, there's no weight to it whatsoever. That's all. So that's where we're going with. Instead of doing fixed frame screens, we're doing wallpaper. Maybe probably at the end of not this year, next year, we may have a motorized projection screen. If I'm doing two screens I wanted to have on my own, motorized and inflatables. One thing I don't like about the inflatable screens, they need constant power. The ones that don't need constant power are extremely expensive. We want a screen that we can design, and keep in mind, it's very easy to do. We bring somebody in that can sew, and be really good sew, and put this thing together. And basically, I want a projection screen that once you blow it up, you don't have to go in and keep pumping air constantly through it, or basically something with some LED lights attached to it, something really cool. And mind you, a screen that pretty much that you don't have to constantly push water through it is a screen you can set in your pool. Because again, you don't have any wires or anything like that to damage it. So that got some pretty cool ideas from basically testing out inflatable screens on how they can be made better. And on top of that, instead of just coating the surface black, we can have our own black fabric attached to it. Bam! So that's what I'm working on. Motorized projection screens, tensions are way too expensive. They're very expensive. We come out with our own version of a tension screen. It'll be much more affordable, and customers can actually afford this screen at the end of the day. And it'll be tension. It'll be super flat. You can use it with an ultra short though, and don't worry about any waves or anything, and it costs you an arm and a leg. So these are things I've learned from basically painting and just testing stuff out on better ways to make screens for a much more affordable price. Imagine right there from the door, you can get a motorized projection screen with black technology already attached to it. So let me see. Let's come out of here. Let's bring up the white levels. I'm curious about this because my projector is sitting in eco mode and my brightness is at 2. So let's see what we get here with that. We got light blue in there too, right? Let's bring the white level here. And let's bring up our white level here. Let's see what we get here. Okay. All right, here's an idea of what I need to do. So let's go back. There's sky blue in here, pretty sky blue. I wonder if it's in mine. Well, we got a green. Did we do? Yeah, we did green already. I do want to do that sky blue. Let's pull up sky blue. This is sky blue screen. Oh, there we go. We got one right there. Sky blue screen. We're gonna get a commercial. Nope. Sky blue screen. Freaking color. Okay, that's pretty cool. Nice little match right there. Skyworth food demonstration. Skyworth food demonstration. Your system is a little bit slow. Let me go grab it. Try this one again with it. The microphone's way over here. The microphone way over here. Let's try you again. Skyworth food demonstration. All right, here we go. Let's see what we get. Like so. And then on this side. That commercial on both sides.
We're gonna be forced to mix.
Why would you give me a commercial? We just gonna skip it anyway. What the heck? Because we got a smaller monitor over there. Now, I know, we'll get the usual. We always get these all the time. The usual, well, you failed. This is called a test. If you did tests, you would know what they look like. This is called a test. Allows me to see exactly what I need to fix and what needs to be done. This is not a failure. This shows me what has to be done and has to be fixed to upgrade the screen to make it better than what it is. That's what it's called. Instead of rushing a product, throwing it out there, you don't know how it's going to work, how it's going to react, what the failure rate's going to be, because you're afraid of basically showing some kind of difference or some kind of imperfection. You have a mess on your hands. Me, on the other hand, all my stuff is tested, so I'm good to go. This gives me understanding on what I'm working with. The product we have here sitting on this side is at 50%. It's on a projector of 720p versus 1080p, and this projector is sitting in brightness 2 in eco mode. We don't even have it at full potential. So that's the reason why. If I do a screen, I make sure the projector is under those factory settings. So that way, if we have a screen that's working perfectly under factory settings and at 720p, imagine what happens if we hit that thing with a big boy projector and see what happens. Yeah, it's going to do things you never thought a screen could do. Other than that, I'm happy with the results on the 50%, but I can see where we can actually improve it and make it much, much better. Contrast levels is one of the things. We actually have to do three things. Color's good, but color can be better. Much, much better. Contrast, we definitely got to change. That definitely has to change. It must be darker, and the white levels have to be much higher. Let's do the TLCs. Remote controls. TLC 4K demonstration. Let's bring this one back. And let's get the TLC 4K demonstration. Now, again, with this technology, we are not interested in doing any side-by-side versus screen paints. This technology is not in that category. Certified screens, it's not in the category. This technology we're engineering for 2024 is versus TVs. That's what we're engineering for. So we have no point in basically, what's the point of me getting a certified gunmetal? The screen's black. So that's pointless. That's a waste of my time. Grace, I don't even want to mention the name. It's not worth our time. A white screen, black, it's not worth my time. Well, I should have basically adjusted the sound on this side so I wouldn't hear the echo effect back and forth, which is driving me a little nuts over here. I haven't had a TV in 13 years, literally. These are monitors. An actual TV to watch, I haven't watched one in years. You don't need them. Now with this new technology we got coming in for 2024, man. This is definitely going to be ultra short throw compatible. It has to be ultra short throw compatible. I'm planning to run several ultra short throws in my new place. And yeah, I don't want to do long throw. I don't want to get up and have a projector slam me in the face. So to be able to run an ultra short, there'll be no problem. And the fact that we don't need that much power to run the screen, which is actually fantastic, that means I can run all my projectors in eco mode. Now there's no name of the product, there is no specification, there's nothing on it. This is going to stay in the dark. When we actually announce the name of it, this product will already, the screens will already have patents sitting on top of them, trademark secrets, and everything else we can think of under the sun to lock it in. Right now we just call it Project Glass or Project Ambient Light Projection Glass. It's just a nickname we gave it. I'm so glad that I pulled the mist off the website. This was the mist. That's the mist technology right there. I'm so glad I pulled that stuff off the for anybody bought it. That'd have been a bad idea. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry about that. And I'm glad nobody has it, nobody owns it. Because this product right here was on the website for sale. I know somebody right now is going to be kicking their behind right now. But yeah, we pulled it. We pulled all of it. Gamer, all of it, pulled off the site. So what we're going to do with the Leviathan and Sugar Plum Fairy, they're going to be both front and rear gamer screens. That we are going to do with those. This is going to be front projection only for the glass, and for the other project we have coming up, which we can't talk about that one either, that one also too is going to be front projection. All right, let's Let's grab ourselves something else. I want to get that, let's see what we got over here. I'm going to do this right here. I want to do this one. I'll do this one right here. Go back. Right here. This one doesn't have any commercials on it. There we go. Now the projector we're using for this side is $270 from a Christie LW 401 720p projector. I told you our main goal when we develop our technology is so you don't have to spend a ridiculous amount of money just to get a better image. We're doing this at 720p on the other side. I have payment arrangements installed on my site. I do have it. This won't be available. It won't be on the site. You won't see it on my site. It'll be on another site. I don't know if I'm going to take operation control of this. I may take operation control of this. So the other stuff, again, they're going to be marketing it, but I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to take basically. I don't know. I'm just figuring it out. I'm thinking too far ahead. Just do what I'm doing now. I'm thinking way too ahead of this. If we can figure out how to, the reason why the price is what it is for the 100 inch, it's because of the glass that's needed. It's not cheap, it's expensive. If we can find, before the 2024, a company that can basically do this for us for a lot cheaper, then that price will drop. Until then, that's where it's got to stay. I don't even know what the shipping cost on this thing is going to cost yet. And it's not going to be shipped to you in a box. That's virtually impossible. Can't do that. The thing might come in a plastic case, so that way nothing can damage it. That's something else too I got to work on too. I got to build my own box, my own case for these screens because they're glass. So it can't be. It has to be plastic. Got to test that. Got to sit there in a facility and drop stuff on it. I mean, heavy stuff to try to damage whatever's inside of it. I want to make sure that when we ship these things out, that the failure rate of one of these things cracking is extremely, almost next to nothing. Ooh, came out great, so I like that. Let me see, let's grab us up another one. Side by side, let's see. Let's go with the OLED first. He just ain't having it.
Hey,
I'm not having this.
we go through a lot every day, and
Alright, let's go. See, our contrast has to be much, much darker. But that's not hard to achieve. Our color's better. But we're still going to have to achieve a darker contrast level. We got plenty of time. We got until 2024 to get this thing done. I already have the ingredients. I was already blessed with the ingredients on how to increase the screen. So we should have this done at least probably around, let's say September should be completed. It's not going to be available for 2024 because this is where the paperwork starts. A lot of paperwork. A lot of paperwork. It takes months for a patent to go through. Trademarks, all that stuff takes time. Man, tell me my Lord and Savior is not amazing. Our next stage is TVs. I can't believe we're hitting that plateau. Oh, man. We're able to compete with an OLED. We're able to take that technology down. We're at 720p. Gee whiz, this is going to be an amazing product. We're able to do this. This will change everything. Oh man, I can't wait. This is going to be interesting. I cannot wait. You know what's interesting? For me, it's not the money. It isn't. I know I'm going to get a lot of money for this technology, but it's not the money. It's not about the money. It's the ability to be able to have something that is going to be able to compete with the TV. Do you have any idea how long screen paint companies, projection screen companies have been trying to compete with a TV? And now we're going to have that technology and it's not going to cost you a ton of money. Can you imagine if one of the big companies figured this out? That they had this technology, how much money you would have to pay at the end of the day? They would deliberately, if they had the ability to be able to have a product that didn't require an expensive TV, they would basically join up with some projection screen company and say, hey, look, you want the perfect setup. We'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. We'll sell your machine, you sell our screen. We'll have it like a pack. That's literally how it goes on. Seriously, when they sell these, when they get these projectors. So they would introduce the screen to like some freaking $4,000, $5,000 projector, and then there'd be another $20,000 for the screen. It'd be insane what they would charge you for this. That's what will happen. This will, even in the playing field, this is going to disrupt the playing field altogether. But that's the reason why I got into this business to begin with. All this started because I didn't want to spend $3,000 for a Grey Wolf. That's literally how all it started. Because I didn't want to spend the money for a $3,000 screen. That's how it got started. But this is going to change everything. People for the longest time been griping about how projector screens are never compared to TVs. Oh, we're going to change that altogether, because then at the end of the day, if we get a technology here that's able to match or basically outperform an OLED, do you have any idea how much power that's going to give projection industries at the end of the day? It's going to change everything. The consumer can afford it. They don't need expensive projectors. All that's eliminated. You don't have to worry about having high contrast and all that nonsense stuck in dark environments, all that blah, blah, blah. You got to spend money, extra money for special ultra short those. None of that. It's all gone. This evens the playing field of the haves and have-nots. Because your pockets aren't deep enough. You can't afford a nice screen. That's gone. And that's what we've been working for. Unfortunately, we just got entangled with this nonsense and crap about people being jealous of our work. But that's our purpose and our goal. And I feel sorry for people who don't like it, but you know what? You should be not worried about what we're doing. You should be working to try to put something out there that basically betters for the customer. And not only that, basically join the fight like everybody else has been doing, just trying to produce better products to compete with TVs. TVs are freaking expensive. They're crazy expensive. I saw a 55-inch OLED something. I forgot what it was. It was 4K, $1,700 for 55 inches. Can you imagine what 100 inches of that screen would cost you at an aspect ratio of 16:9 would cost you? Because usually when you get TVs and people think you're watching it in 16:9, you know you're watching it in a 16:9 format. You're not watching it in actual 16:9. That's why you have little bars at the top and the bottom. So you would pay a lot of money. I think a 100-inch screen from Sony, something like almost fair, was $100,000, somewhere in that price. This makes it so much. I can't wait to have these launched. Let's go with, I'm going to go with this over here. This is going to change a lot of things. And this is the reason why people that I'm dealing with are locking this thing down. Samsung 4K demonstration. That's right here. How is this? There we go. For me, like I said, the money, not really, to tell you the truth. It's the excitement of knowing that now we'll have a technology that can compete with the TV. This is going to pop up in a Best Buy somewhere. There we go. Commercials, more commercials.
Music to my ears.
Now we're going to have two versions of this, mind you. We have one, that's the glass, and then we have another one that's not glass. It's actually a special form of treated plexiglass, which we can't tell you anything about. That's going to be the other one. That's going to be the one, basically, it's going to be a little bit more, like if you drop the thing, you don't have to worry about damaging it so much. But the other one, again, it's glass, but like I said, it's going to be more of a higher grade, more professional line. We need a professional high grade screen. But we also need one, basically, that the everyday Joe can actually get his hands on. So that's another one that we're working on. And we're going to be actually showing, when we get a chance to be blessed, to go to one of the shows, that's what we're going to be showing off. We can't talk about it, tell you about it, nothing on it at all, period. But I can guarantee you, bar none, it is going to blow your socks off. And it's going to be affordable. All right. People just like having glass screens to be to say, I have glass. But it's going to be beautiful. Sorry if the echo effect is driving me a little nutsy. Driving me a little nuts. I need to try, let me see, this is very important. I need to do, let's see, skin tones. Beautiful Women, 4K. Okay, perfect. Let's get that one. Let's bring that one skin tone is more flashlight here, over here, and here. So we'll have to heighten the white levels much higher to be able to balance that off a little bit. It's a flesh tone, but it's not natural. Our angles are good, so I'm not worried about that. We have very good angles on this glass. Pinkish here. It's more natural tone here. It's a little bit back and forth. That's what it is. See where the grass is greener here, but it's less green here. Good. Let's see. Last but not least, I need to do Snow Cottage 4K screensaver. Snow Cottage 4K screensaver. Okay, there we go. All right. Go back. Get you guys a little closer. Mother freaking Frankenstein. Sorry about that, people. I hit the controller on the PS system. Let's do it again. It's interesting, isn't it? White levels are extremely good, but still, there is this, with the skin tones still have to be adjusted in there. Black levels have to be higher, much, much higher. But the white levels on the technology are really good. But we're going to improve that. We're going to make them much, much whiter than that. Now, what are we considering the gain on this? We don't even know. This is the same stuff we put against a sheet of glass out in the middle of a window and absorbs sunlight. So, yeah, I mean, everyday light in here is nothing. This is nothing to this technology. When we're dealing with everyday light in the environment, it's not really going to affect these screens. These screens are designed to absorb sunlight. So again, unless you got sunlight running inside your house, I mean, literally, it's not going to affect the screen at all. We don't even have a gain for this yet. Those of you that are curious, let me pause this for a minute. Let me show you our settings. So we show we're going to brighten anything up or try to make the screen seem brighter than possible. It's on eco mode right here. And I'll show you how sharp the image is too. Image is like super sharp on these things. Let me show you our settings for our brightness. Come over here to advanced settings. Compare to this picture. And you can see my projector's brightness. My projector's brightness is at 2. Our contrast is at 13. We're under factory settings. Yep. Look at my color. My color is only at 4. That's it. And oh, the model number of my projector. Sorry about my messy background. That's my projector right there, Chrissy LW401. Check it out. That is a 720p projector. My price for my projector was $270. That's it. This is a technology at only 50% done. Going to bring new life to your ultra short throw projectors. You'll be able to operate your screens as if using a TV. Ultra short throw projectors with a tremendously lot of light, a lot of heavy lumen count to fight the light in the environment. The ambient light projection screens are supposed to combine with that to allow you to use an ultra short throw in a fully lit environment. The only problem is the screen being the color that it is and not having ambient light projection correctly installed in, it washes out. That's why a lot of the demonstrations you see sitting in the dark. I haven't seen one demonstration on one projector that matched the promo. Not yet. So how would this change projectors? Well, you wouldn't be spending a lot of money for contrast because that won't be needed. That's out the door. You're not going to need high amounts of lumens to get the screen to trigger off because again, we have this thing sitting in eco mode and we got it at 2 in brightness. So that's not required. Lower lumens, less power you're going to have to burn at the end of the day. And your lamps are going to last almost forever because again, you don't really need to run it. And you can run it in eco mode and be good. And it'll operate just like a TV. So you can see that light pull up from here. See how sharp the image is on 720p? Ever since the first time I saw an OLED TV over at Best Buy, my jaw dropped. Beautiful piece of work. Beautiful, beautiful piece of work. But I said, you know what? One day, I didn't know when, we're going to have a projection screen pretty soon that will have the ability to look just like OLED technology. And it won't require expensive machines to do it. So we don't have to hype the screen up by buying this overpowered, high-powered machine to put all the bells and whistles into a screen that can't produce it. And we're almost there. We'll have that technology. Let's see what else we got going on here. Oh, this is a good one. I didn't get a chance to check this one out. Oh, that twisted metal. I'm definitely checking that out. Hold on for a minute. There's something on 8K Desire I definitely have to see on the screen before we go there. That glow, that was beautiful. I'm gonna see it again. Let's see. Search. 8K Desired Nature. this one. Let me see this.
For 2 times stronger defense against erosion and effective cavity protection. New Pronamel Active Shield.
I love Facebook. I mean, all kinds of debates. They had a debate yesterday about how do you dunk your Oreos. Someone was talking about crumbling them up, dropping the milk, and drinking it. That's disgusting. Yeah, I love my debates on Facebook. Let's see what we get here. Get this. I'm telling you, we're going to get this. We're going to have this screen compete with the TV. We're going to get this. The Lord's telling me we're going to have this. We're going to have this. We're definitely going to have it. And this is just 50% stage. My goodness, I cannot wait. That's crazy, doesn't it? That's absolutely crazy. AK Desired Nature, thank you so much for that video right there. I hope you make more of those because that was actually amazing. I like that. They make some good videos. I love their videos. I do. We got another one on here just like that too. I want to check that out too. Oh, that look crazy. I can't wait to increase our contrast levels. Some of you think you're gonna have a dark, yeah. This thing's gonna be so dark, and like if you have a black hole in the middle of your ceiling or not ceiling, sorry, your wall, it's gonna be ultra black, darker than what it is. Pre-coated surface. The ones we're gonna have are glass, and then we're gonna be other ones that are actually gonna be custom-made plastic treated surface. Those are going to be thin. Those are going to be wallpapers. Visual background, no sound. Ooh, Lucky Charms got dragons. Gotta pick that up. I'm a big fan of Lucky Charms if you don't know.
And not for free for 3 days or 30.
I don't understand.
Did we just get bounced into a commercial from a commercial? Let me choose real quick. For a minute. Oh, wrong one. Let's show you this real quick. Let me make sure we cover. I like to cover everything. It's just me, is how I do things. Let me see. I need to go to Snow Christmas Cottage. That could be anything. But oh, there's another one there. I literally play Christmas music and sometimes I like it. Alright, let's leave it there, pause it there. What happens if we stick it out of eco mode? Let me see. I'm going to keep the settings in 2s. We don't need that. It's too bright. So let's go over here and let's go take it out. That's out of eco mode. And these things are super bright. I'm not joking with you. Do a hotspot? No. It just becomes brighter. Much, much brighter. That's what it does. You don't need it. You don't have to run your projectors like that. This thing is super, super bright. Eco mode, non-eco mode. Eco mode, non-eco mode. Eco mode. Not required, see? You don't have to run it because the screen's super bright. And it's going to be brighter than this. This is at 50%. When we reach 100, it'll be much, much brighter than this. I want this thing to be super bright, but super heavy, heavy contrast levels. And I want those colors to be much, much higher. Let's see if we pass point. Yeah, we did pass point. Try not to pass point, but this is so much is showing this. Dolby Digital 4K demonstrations. Globy. Did you say Globy? Literally just say Globy. Which one is this? It right here? This is it right here. YouTube 4K demonstration. No sound visual effect. right, people, I must go. Hope you enjoyed the video demonstration of showing you what we're working on for the future in the home theater projection. It is going to be an amazing adventure. Hope you enjoyed. I have to go, and God bless.